Page number 14. Now we should apply the same thing to Hindu society too. There is an interpretation before you that the trend that this society has inherited as a result of non-educatedism is separatism. This new idea of mine can offer the ethicalist's percuity. The religious or social code of caste can be incurable for the specific. The elevated members of a caste have the possibility that they have been made caste outspoken by not giving them the option of joining the desired caste. Caste rules are very rigid, and there is no measure of measurement of their violations. The new ideology creates a new caste, because the ancient castes do not bear the newness. The evil thinkers are considered as a guru, those who are guilty of illegal love affairs. They will also participate in the same punishment. The first category is those who create caste from religious community. The second are those who create hybrid caste. No sympathy should be adopted in punishing those who violate their code. It is punished, hookah water is closed, and its consequences, the composition of a separate caste. There is no shortcomings in the Hindu mindset that the water shutdown should separate and make a separate caste. On the contrary, they want to stay in the same caste and remain in the same caste, provided they are allowed. But castes are limited units, and intentionally they have consciousness that excluded people make a separate caste. Its legislation is very ruthless, and the result of compliance with this force is that they have to be shocked in themselves. Because other classes have closed themselves in the periphery and closed other classes, which is a result of the new community formed on a condemnable basis of caste rules. By mechanical methodical changes have been made in castes with. This second story of the process of caste structure in India has been told. Therefore, while concluding the main principle, I want to say that those who study the caste system have made many mistakes, which have misguided their research. European scholars studying the caste system in vain have emphasized that the caste system has been created on the basis of color, as they themselves are prejudiced to apartheid. He has considered this distinction of the main element of caste problem. But this is not true. Dr. Ketkar has rightly stated that all the kings, whether they were so-called Aryans or Dravida, were called Aryans until the foreigners said, "The people of India have no concern whether there is a tribe or Kudum Arya or Dravid. The color of the skin is not the criteria of caste." They kept giving details of their interpretation and kept banging their heads that this is the principle of emergence of caste system. There are commercial and religious castes in this country. This is true, but under any circumstances, his principle does not match the origin of the castes. We find out why there are commercial class castes. This question was never touched. The final result is that they understood the caste problem very easy, as if they had become a pinch. On the contrary, it is not valid, as I have said, because there are many complications in this practice. It is true that the roots of the caste system are beliefs, but they were already present before the contribution to the caste structure of the beliefs. There are 4 sides of my study in relation to caste problem. Despite the combination of diverse elements in Hindu population, it has strong cultural unity. The castes are this vast cultural unit organ. Initially there was only one caste, and various castes were formed by scene or boycott in these classes.